go.
Morning. Actually, I will introduce myself. I'm Maria Sawarif, talent acquisition specialist in Novancy. And I would like to welcome you to today in our session dedicated to talent and technical recruitment.
Okay.
So today I would like to introduce our presenter, Mr. Joseph Mandour, and we will discuss recruiting technical talent in the US market.
All right, good morning. Is everybody listening? So Mustafa, we're ready to go? Okay, good. Good. Thank you for inviting me. It is a pleasure to be here with Novancy One. I'm pleased of this relationship that has been in place for the past 2 years. We have worked together, and to be honest with you, when I came into the relationship with the Novancy One, I was a little bit careful because I never had a job in Morocco. Yes, I'm Moroccan. I grew up in Morocco, but I never had a job, never had a professional relationship. So my mother always tells me, be careful. My wife always tells me, be careful, you know. You know, so because you know, so I came in with you know, both eyes open, you know, and then I was surprised with a beautiful guy, Mustafa. And I'm gonna tell you this, brother, if you ever come into the American market, you will fit in just perfectly because you're honest, you're a good guy. 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock, you know. And that's the first thing. That's the first thing I will say about the US market. Be on time. If you say something, do it. If you say something, mean it. If you cannot do it, don't say it. Don't say it. You know, it's very important to be truthful with people. If you can do this, say yes. If you cannot do this, say no. There is no either block or wait. So, so thank you, Mustafa. Thank you. It's been a pleasure being your partner and being your friend, and meeting your family as well as you met my family. And hopefully the next dinner, we're not going to have it in Casablanca. It's going to be in Washington in my house.
Hope so.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys are looking at the military picture. Yes, I served in the U.S. military. I did.
Maybe we share your
yes, please. Yes, please.
Who will do that?
Thank you.
You can do that. You have, or maybe I will do that.
I use. You guys are killing me with this Zoom. I use GoToMeeting. I'm so professional in GoToMeeting. Here, I gotta look for.
It's so easy, huh? So you have share screen button somewhere in your screen.
Screen. Okay, I got you right here. So I'm going to share with everybody. You can start sharing when someone else is sharing. Okay, host on.
Everybody.
All right. So am I sharing now? Can you guys see this my screen
Not
now?
yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. How about now? Can you guys see it now?
No.
Still.
Maria, if you have my presentation, if you can share it, that would be
Let
great.
me do that.
Okay, please.
I'm sharing my screen.
Thank you. All right, and that's me. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I was so good looking. I'm ugly now. Man, oh man. Yeah, this picture is at it's in 2006 at the Pentagon. Yes, it is at the Pentagon. I was stationed for my last 3 years at the Pentagon. I was stationed there. I was very, very lucky. It came by luck. The assignment came by luck. I guess because I know how to talk, I know how to mingle. استعملت مغربيت, and you know I'm nice to people. So people liked me. They got me there, and I did a great job when I got there. I did about 12 years in the military. I went into the military when I was 18, 19. I'm gonna tell you why I went to the military, because when I came in, so let me go back here. I grew up I was born in Casablanca. I grew up in Casablanca. I could say decent childhood. You know, I remember going to Tehran. I remember, playing. I remember going to school. I don't remember what I learned in school in Morocco, because I'm not using none of that stuff here. من قتل عقبة بن نافع. I don't use it. I don't use it on. Les matières اللي قريت في المغرب للأسف I don't use it here. So I remember the school. I remember the friends. So when I graduated high school, خديت البكالوريا at the age of a little bit less than 18 or 18. I went to the US the same summer. I went to the US, and at first I resided in Virginia, and about a year later I figured, okay, either I'm going to be a dishwasher for the rest of my life, because when I came to America I didn't speak English, because I studied Spanish in Morocco, so I didn't speak English. So I had to learn the language. But I didn't come to this country to be a dishwasher for the rest of my life. So I was washing dishes. كنت كنغسل الماعن في الريستوران. Okay? But I did not want to keep doing that. And the only way not to keep doing that is for me to go to school. The school is going to cost me about $30,000 a year. I didn't have that. The military can pay for it. And that was the reason why I went to the military, because the military would pay for my college. For my college means university. And I joined in. I was going to school. I was working half a day and going to school half a day. After my military career, because I was at the Pentagon, I was attending events like this in person. I did a lot of networking. Networking is very important in your career. I follow up with people. And back then, now it's so easy because social media. Back then used to be the business cards, and I had a book of business cards this much. I used to keep them, So I was offered a job with the State Department, which is وزارة الخارجية الأمريكية. I did about 2 years, and I resigned. I resigned from the State Department. My mother told me, "You cuckoo, you crazy." My wife said, "You crazy." I just didn't like it. I couldn't sustain the culture. I can't talk about the culture, but if you do some research, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I couldn't. I didn't like the people. I was unhappy every morning going to work. And I'm gonna tell you guys this. Wallah al-qasam lazam. I was making over $100,000 a year. People said, "You crazy." I said, "No, I'm not. I'm not happy. I'm gonna quit." I resigned. And then I went to the private sector. The private sector, I started as a recruiter. And that's why I love this field. This is the field that makes the companies. This is the field that builds societies. This is the field that builds the economies, So I did recruiting for about 2 years, and I became good at it. I was so good at it. I was the best. And then I became a recruiting manager for about a year. And then I said, heck with this. Then I became a recruiting consultant. Wallah qasam lazam. See, if you love something, you're gonna become so good at it. You're gonna master it. Then companies started paying me $60, $80 an hour. I showed my wife the contract. She didn't believe me. $60 an hour. $60 الساعة. طيب ديال المخ أنا. But I was good at it, and I built a reputation for myself. After that, I jumped into something that I also became good at it, which is selling services to the US government. والله شي واحد مع المهلية. Let me tell you this. If you love something, you're going to be good at it. I was talking to someone yesterday, and she told me, oh my God, I need a vacation from work. And I hang up, and I'm like, why do people say I need a vacation from work? I love what I do. I'm in vacation when I'm working. When I go, I'm going to tell you guys this. Sunday night, I'm so happy that I'm going back to Monday morning because I love what I do. So my advice to you in your career, don't let your mother tell you what to do. Don't let your wife tell you what to do. Don't let your father tell you what to do. Because they're not going to do it. You're going to do it. If you're not happy, quit. And do what you like. You're going to start from the bottom. But if you love it, if you like it, you're going to get to the top. Believe me, believe me, believe me. And so after recruiting, and I'm going to tell you guys this. Wallah al-qasam lazam, I was in a meeting. How I'm going to go from recruiting to business development, which is sales. I was in a meeting, and then this young, beautiful girl comes in. And she says, my name is so-and-so. I'm the business development director. And I'm the boss. I'm going to tell you guys what to do. I'm like, what? I didn't say what to her, but I was like inside of me, man. When I was looking at her, she was like 29 years old. But she had this strong, beautiful personality. She talked. Right after that meeting, I said, that's what I want to be. Right there. That's one. So I hanged up. Pretty much we had lunch, we had another lunch, I picked her brain, and then I started putting effort to understand the government contracts, to understand how you sell to the government, the federal government is the biggest employer of the United States. They have the biggest budget. They spend money. Uzwina, they spend money that they don't belong to them, it belongs to the taxpayer. So I learned all that stuff, and I learned it on my own. And then I started making phone calls. And guess what? 3 years later, I was able to get a business development manager job. And I started from the bottom again. And I worked my behind off. I worked very hard, man. I worked very hard. I drove from Virginia to Texas, to Florida, to Tennessee, to South Carolina, North Carolina. أنا ماشي غادي من كازا طونجي 3 سوايع والبياج راه كضرب 12 ساعة. So I can meet with customers. So I can make deals. And I learned. And I became so good at it. Wallah al-qasam lazam. My people, my industry colleagues in Washington, D.C., they call me the bulldozer. The bulldozer. They say, show Joseph a room and he's going to knock the heck out of it. وريني الباب وحيد انت. I will knock that door off. You know why? And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Wallah al-qasam lazam, this is the first time that I say it. Wallah al-adim. I have 2 kids. Okay? I don't want them to be ashamed of their father because he's an immigrant. Because he's a dishwasher. Because هو كيسربي في الرestaurant. I want them to say, I want to be like my dad. I want to be like my father. You know, that's what I do. That's where I find the guts. Or plus, I want to be the best. I didn't come to this country to wash their fucking dishes. Excuse my French. We call that French. We call that French. I didn't come here to wash dishes. I came here to lead. I came here to show them that Moroccans are very smart people. Just give us the tools, give us the right terrain, and we will be successful. All right. So today, in 2016, I started FAR Government. I started FAR Government. I used to do consulting for other customers. Consulting means if you, a company, and you have services and you want to get into the US government, I can show you how to get into the US government. I mastered that. And I used to make a lot of good money, a lot of good money. And this is why you have to pick the right partner. My wife, she's a very smart lady. She told me, hey man, you're making all this money for these people. You winning all these projects for these people. Why won't you win it for yourself? And I'm like, me? And I said, screw it, I'll do it. So I started FAR Government in 2016. As of today, we have been awarded in documents from the US government, $25 million in contracts. Now, the 25 million, ماشي كاينة في البنكة, okay, but so we can be 25 million in services and contracts. So they come in the next 5 years, we will perform 25 million in services to the US government, that's unheard of. When I go to the banks, when we talk to other contractors, they're like, wow, how did you guys do this? And I'll tell you how we did it. Hard work. Hard work pays off. If you love something and you get good at it, you're going to make money. So let me tell you guys this. In business, they say in America, follow the money. I say, in a career, follow your heart, and the money will come later. ما أعرفش كيفاش نقولها بالفرنسي ولكن ولا بالعربية ولكن تبع القلب ديالك في الكارير ديالك والفلوس غادي يجوا من بعد والله حتى غادي يجوا. If you love what you do, you're going to be just fine. All right, so FAR Government, we are a global provider of full life cycle professional services. I'll give you guys an example. The United States government has hospitals all over the world for the military, okay? Our FAR Government provides doctors, nurses, admin assistants. We can run, actually I am today in Pennsylvania, kicking off a contract of about 30 people in here, in the VA hospital, Veterans Affairs Hospital, We also provide IT services. So if the government is looking for an IT manager, for a developer, for software engineer, for anything, okay, they'll come to us, we'll provide it. We're pretty good at it. We're really good at it. I got a beautiful team. It's not me. It's the team that I have behind me. They do beautiful work. They do. I tell my team every day, if you don't like it, leave. I will pay you 2 months for free. If you like it, stick around. It's just gonna get more exciting. In my team here in the US, we have an office in Tangier that I would go to talk about, and we have a team in Saudi, we have a team in Europe, we also have a team now in Djibouti. So we're all over the world. We have a team in Korea, we have a team in Japan, and all this for FAR Government. All these folks are supporting the US government projects in those countries, and it could be medical, it could be technical, it could be construction, it could be anything, So we a jack of all trades. Can we go to the next slide, please? So let me tell you guys this, something that I failed to mention. For tax purposes, and because I like to keep everybody happy, FAR Government is owned by my beautiful wife, okay? My beautiful wife, she is a doctor in the United States, and she has stopped her career to look after my boys that are 9 and 13. so I can focus in building us a fortune. So I really appreciate that. I always appreciate her giving up her career to let me do what I love. Of course, it comes with بزاف ديال النقير ولكن الحمد لله. She reminds me of that every day. I'm sorry?
تبارك الله عليها تبارك الله يعني.
الله يحفظك. No, well, you know how women are, and especially in the US.
تبارك الله عليها اللي اسي سبيسيال زعما تبارك الله عليها زعما ظريفه وزعما عندها تقدر تكومباري بين الناس بين التعامل ديال كل واحد هي تبارك الله عندها واحد ماتوريتي كبيره تبارك الله ما شاء الله.
I'm lucky. I'm very lucky, alhamdulillah. You know, so having her the owner of our government and being a woman-owned business, it really, I can demand business from the U.S. government. I'm a woman-owned. Give me the business. So that's how much they like women in the U.S. So I was told that if I had the status of a service disabled veteran, because I am a service disabled, means هنا في الامريكان ملي كتخدم في الارمي واحد 12 عام ولا 20 عام وكتخرج كيكون عندك واحد لو ستاتيو، هذاك لو ستاتيو الا حليتي شركه كيعطيوك الخدمه، ضروري خصهم يعطيوك الخدمه لانك you served the US, you know, that's a status, you know. You can research it and understand more about it. I don't know how to explain it to in this form, but you can do a little bit more research. So what I did, I started a Sanford Federal. Sanford Federal is focused in the United States. You know, this is where Mustafa and I worked very hard. We did a lot of recruiting. We made a little bit of money. Unfortunately, we did not take it to the next level, but we will take it in other project, inshallah. We've been very lucky. Everybody been slow in Corona. We've been busy. Actually, my Morocco team won 2 contracts for Sanford. That took it to about 16 million. Again, let me explain. 16 million is not in the bank, but our contracts that are given to us that we're going to perform services on them in the next 5 years. It is, tabarakallah, the US government كتديلك الفضيحة بحال النقافة. تعطيك شي ريال تديرك اونلاين وتديرك سميتك وتدير كل شيء ديالك. المهم it's public information. So so Sanford Federal, it is a service disabled veteran, and it specializes a lot in the IT also specialized. But what we're trying to do right now this year, Sanford is going to be for projects within the United States. FarGov, it really has a lot of the past performance overseas. Germany, I forgot to say Spain now, you know, Japan, Korea, but Sanford is only for the USA, you know, for projects in the USA. And again, we do IT, we do medical, we do logistics, we all kind of, listen, any project we can staff for you, any labor category. Okay, can we go to the next one?
Next slide.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay, SEPFAR. SEPFAR is a Saudi American company, okay? So because I said we have projects in Saudi Arabia with US government there, and when we got there, I got to meet a beautiful guy, part of the royal family, good, American educated. We got along very well, and we decided to open a company, SEPFAR. It is a construction company, service maintenance company. And I'm gonna tell you guys this has happened in the last 2 years. It's not, Mashi, I've been in business for 25 years. This has happened in the last 2 years. But Mustafa, I think I've been traveling every time Mustafa calls me, he says, where are you? Japan, Korea, Saudi, where are you?
Germany, South Africa.
Everywhere. But I work. Oshuf, I'm gonna tell you guys this is not easy for my family. This is not easy for my family. Wallah al-qasam. I neglected them for the past 2 years. But it is what it is, you know? Somebody's got to make the money. So SEPFAR, so we got along so well So we registered Sapphire as a Saudi American company. It's a construction. We do a lot of great things there, a lot of projects. I'm very happy with where we are. I actually sent a Moroccan from Morocco to be the program manager for one of this, so one of this projects that Safar owns. So I'm trying to give back a little bit to Morocco by employing as many Moroccans as I can in my projects overseas. So that's one of the reasons. The Saudi market, it's a beautiful market. They have a lot of money, more than America, trust me. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money, and they like talents. And one of the things that we're looking at is how to bring that money to Morocco. Listen, I don't know anybody, but what are my job, my duties towards my country as Morocco is help employ people. That's all. While I'm making money باش تكونوا واضحين ما بقاوش نغطيو الشمس بالغربال ديك لا I'm making money and then I'm helping my own people. And some of the things that we're looking at is IT projects. We're looking at them, and maybe we can bring some stuff back to Morocco, okay? Because المشكل اللي كاين في السعودية IT market, cybersecurity market, it's owned by the Indians. And والله القسم لازم they're not smarter than us. والله ما, we can do better work than them. We can do better work than them. Next slide, please. All right. So this is the fourth company in the list. Far Stafford. So what I did is, instead of keeping my human resource, my IT, my finance, my back office support in the United States, so what I did is I took the whole office and I moved it to Tangier. Okay, Tangier, it's the only city that I could survive for 30 days in Morocco. Kaza ما نقدرش. Kaza, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I tried, but I couldn't. انا كان جي مولف كنهضر في التليفون كان كنلبس تي شيرت مع الصباح مع 12 تي شيرت كله كيولي بزاف المهم anyway. So I was not, so that's why I took it and I put it in Tangier. We have an office, about 20 people now in Tangier. I'm very happy with the people there. Their job is to do human resource for the 3 companies, okay? They do accounting for the 3 companies, okay? They do proposal support for the 3 companies, and they do recruiting for the 3 companies. And they do also capture, everything that can be done from that office. We do not do any work in Morocco. So all their work, they come in and كيبداو مع الوحدة ديال النهار وكيساليو مع 9 ديال الليل. Okay? I've been lucky. I have a beautiful team. Each one of those people are like family. Great people, wonderful. And it makes my heart just so happy because we gave them a chance and they took it, So, and hopefully some of them, we're thinking about bringing some of them to the U.S. very soon. We're looking at, because we need some support here at the U.S. office. And you know what? These people are doing great work already. Why should I hire someone here in the U.S.? Let me just bring them from Morocco. So we're looking after September because that's when the fiscal year ends for us. We're looking at maybe bringing 1 or 2 of them that I promised to the U.S., at least to work here for 6 months to see if they like it, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's go. Next one. Okay. I told you who I am. I told you what I do. I told you what my team does. Now I'm going to talk about you guys. How can you get in to the U.S. market? let me tell you guys this. كتعرفني كي يدخل الأستاذ وكيمسح السبورة. That's exactly what it is. هذاك الشيء ديال فرنسا راه ما خدامش هنا. داك الشيء ديال المغرب راه ما خدامش هنا. You gotta study the US market. What do you want to do? You want to be a software engineer for an American company? You want to be a developer for an American company? Whatever you want to be. You want to be an airline pilot? You want to be whatever you want to be. Do your homework. Homework means شتي هذاك يوتيوب راه ما كنتصنتوش غير السعد مجرد فيه. راه داريج you can actually learn from it. Anything that you can think of, how to get in, just right, how to get into the US market. And you're gonna see so many videos. That's what YouTube was created for, by the way. not the way how we use it, unfortunately, in Morocco. You know, I'm gonna talk about the US market, the US defense contracting, okay? If you want to get into that, if you want to go, which is going to be a little bit hard. So let's talk about the pharmaceutical, for example, pharmaceutical, retail, you know. Learn about the companies. Learn who they are, the companies. وتبارك الله دابا حنا دابا في الوقيته ديالنا مني كنا كنبغيو نعرفوا شي حاجه كيخصنا نمشيو نديروا لاكارت ديال اللايبراري ونصوروك جيب جوج تصاور وجيب باك وجيب امك وجارتكم يشهدوا بانك انت هو وعاد كيعطوك لاكارت اللايبراري وعاد كتدخل. Oh God, now it's Google. I asked my son the other day, why you don't ask me questions? He said, I asked Google. So anything you want to know about the US market is in Google. Google it. Okay? Don't believe everything. Take what you need and leave the rest there. Does that make sense? Any industry you want to get into, study it. Study the trend. Understand who's the key player. Understand their locations. Understand where they are. That's my advice on that. What are the US companies looking for? I'm going to tell you straight up. I own 4 companies. Who's going to get the job done? Whoever is going to get the job done, that's what the US companies need. In someone that is going to get along with everybody. If you don't get along with everybody, if you don't understand the culture, if you don't know how to treat people, they're going to let you go. Because US companies are systemized. They don't depend on people. They depend on a system. They don't hire based on people. They hire based on what their system needs. ما عندناش ميسي ورونالدو. We don't have that. We have a system. We have a team. Well, for God's sake, the American system, البريزيدون براسو 4 سنين كيمشي 4 سنين كيجي 4 سنين كيمشي. That's it. That's the American system. Senators, 2 years. Okay, عاودي تقلك تعمل. So that's the system. So the US companies do not hire people based on them. They hire people that can fit into the system. انت خاصك تدخل في واحد system. And you have to understand, ملي كتشوف الجوب description, you have to understand the job. You have to read between the line. ماشي أنا مثلا نهضروا على recruiters, I know how to do recruiting, I'm good. No. You gotta go in, you gotta do the research, what's the company, what kind of business they have, what kind of things they're looking for, all that beautiful stuff. That's how you get into the US companies. That's what the US companies are looking for. How to consult for US-based business. You gotta have a lot of experience. You gotta be able to close whoever is the hiring manager or whoever is the subcontracting person. You gotta have a beautiful English. أنا غنقول لكم واحد الحاجة. if your English is broken, it's going to be very tough to convince them. So make sure you practice your English. Make sure you prepare yourself. Make sure it's communication. Communication is the #1 requirement in order to get into the US market. If you can't communicate, you're done for the day. Listen, راكينين free courses of English. بلا ما تمشي لدار أمريكا ولا هذوك راه جاستيفاي راه free. For $35, you can take a course in a US university for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, for $35. 7000 ريال. لا غلاء عليك مسكين. 7000 ريال. You can take an English professional course. The US market is so beautiful. That is, شوف المغرب, the size of Morocco, it's not even half of certain states. And there is a lot of money to be made, a lot. You just gotta know how to make it. عرفتي شكون اللي مفرقعين هاد الماركت هذا؟ هما الهنود من الهند. وطايحين يا اخويا على هاد الماركت هذا ما تيرحموش. بحال لاباي دايرين له.
Mr. Joseph?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
Well, for those of you who just join us, we welcome you, and we will take your questions in 5 minutes.
Okay. Let me just finish the resume in the interview in the next 5 minutes, and we go. Okay.
Thank you.
The resumes. هذاك الريزوميات اللي عندكم ديال فرنسا لوحوهم وراهم ما صالحينش. راه انت بهذاك الريزومي يو بريك ذا لو. عرفتي هاو يو بريك ذا لو؟ ملي كتصيفط تصويرتك وانا ام 26 وسينجل. حنا راه it's illegal to ask in the US well, how old are you or are you married or are you single. وريني تصويرتك. I can be sued for millions if I ask that question in an interview in the US. So ملي كيشوفوا هذه كيبقاو يقولوا اوه مال هذا مال هذه. ها هو شتي look at this resume. Okay, look at this resume. People care about experience. They don't care about who you are. They care about experience and they care what you can bring to the table and how you gotta get along with everybody. That's all. I'm a business owner. I'm a company president and CEO. I don't care how you look like. I don't care what you are. Well, I don't care what you are, seriously. As long as you're going to get the job done, I'm going to salute you, bottom line. So if you're going to get into the US market, هذاك الريزومي لوحو. وبليز الله يرحمكم الوالدين. بالنسبة لي ديبيتون، اوكي، بالنسبة للناس اللي بادين، إلا درتي 6588 ستاج وكل واحد فيه 3 أيام ما تحطهمش كاملين. That's a bad sign. وحنا راه هذوك الانترنشيبس راه ما عندناش هذيك الكولتور في الامريكان هنا. We don't have that kind of culture. فانا ملي كنشوفك داير 6 ديال الخدمات، انا كنحسبهم خدمات، كنقول هذا هذه 3 شهور وهذه 3 شهور، اذا هذا كيدخل كيعرفوا شكون هو كيجريو عليه. وإلا خدمتي في لوطيل وبعد خدمتي بيلوت ومن بعد خدمتي I don't know، ما تحطهمش كلهم في راه it doesn't make you look good. إلا بغيتي تولي بيلوت دير الريجيمي ديال بيلوت. إلا بغيتي تولي محامي دير الريجيمي ديال المحامي. إلا بغيتي تولي شاف داتولي دير الريجيمي ديال شاف داتولي. راه اي واحد هنا في الميريكان، انا كانوا عندي في ليطا فاش كنت كنقلب على الخدمه كانوا عندي 5 6 ديال الريجيميات. كل مره ملي كنشوف هذه الخدمه كنشوف هذه كندفع على هذا الريجيمي، ملي كنشوف وبعض المرات كندير ريجيمي على ذاك الخدمه، كنقادو ونصايبو وناخذ. شوف كاينين الكيوردز خذ داك الكيوردز اللي كاينين، حيت راه عرفتي كيفاش كاينه، راه ماشي الريكروتر هو اللي كيشوف، راه السوفت وير. ودابا انتم تبارك الله معظم السوفت وير هو اللي كيرينكي دوك الريجيميات. راه الا ما صيفطتيش فيه داك الكيوردز، شوف الا بغيتي الخدمه كيخصك بحال غادي لشي عرس تفصل له الكوستيم ديالو، ذاتس ات. غادي ندوزو الان لي زانترفيو. الله يرحمكم الوالدين، انا كان انترفيو في المغرب كيقهروني، كيجيبوا لي السكر والضغط وكنبغي ننتحر ملي كنسول شي واحد why do you need this job? I need this job for experience. For what? علاش كندرقوا الشمس بالغربال؟ خصني الفلوس باش نخلص الكرا، باش نشري طوموبيل، باش ناكل. كاينه ولا لا؟ Is that the truth or not? Why are we scared to say the truth? Say the truth. I need money. I got kids. I got a wife to support. Why do I get up every morning? I like what I do, but I get up every morning to make money. I'm here for money. Okay? That's bottom line. Say the truth. Be truthful in the interview and be aggressive. Aggressive to tell people what you're going to do for them, how you're going to do a great job for them. Close the deal. Close the deal. The interview is not about you. It's about that company. You gotta listen and listen to what they want. And that's what you play. You play the song that they like. They want someone team player. I'm a team player. They want someone that can operate on himself. I'm a leader. I don't need directions. I can work on my own pace. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta, in order to close the deal, you gotta give them what they want. Yalla Maria.
Okay, thank you. So, by the way, we have a question from Mehdi. They ask you if you said that they will take you as a materialist.
Excuse me, Joe, just before answering this question, maybe let me please just introduce a colleague and a friend, Yahya Hussein. He had some studies in USA in last years, and he would like to maybe just to ask also some questions, maybe just after the Mehdi's question, maybe. Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely, will be my pleasure.
With great pleasure, Mustafa.
Thank you.
واش بغيتو تفهموا مزيان من بعد جوج غادي تفهموا مزيان الا شاء الله درتوا تعرفتوا هذا تفهموا مزيان في لاسبي ديال سواء البروجي ولا سواء دو بيزنس دي فاسون جلوبال.
Absolutely, will be my pleasure.
Go ahead.
Okay, Maria, you have to translate for me. I know how to read French, but I'm not good at it.
I told you, Mehdi said, if you said that, I mean, you're talking, your only motivation is about money. If you said that in the Moroccan market, they will say that they will think that you are materialist.
أنا ما قلتلكش في المراكن market، حيت أنا ما عمرني خدمت في المراكن market. أنا I said the American market. I understand. حنا المغاربة خصنا الوالدة كدير الطرز. خصنا نديرو الطرز ونديرو الناب ونديرو داكشي. ما عندناش داك الساندويتش همبرجرز تو جو يلا نمشيو نقضيو الغرض. خصنا نديرو الناب ونحطو داكشي والطاووس وهذا. That's different. But in the American market ما عندناش داكشي. عندنا straight. I understand what you're talking about materialist. ولكن هنا بالعكس كيشوفوا واحد الإنسان that is sincere, that knows what he wants.
About the second question, I have a question. What do you think the requirements that should have or must have a technical profile if he wants to, if he's looking for an opportunity at the US market?
Let me tell you this. The anyone can get into the US market. Let's be honest with each other here. Anyone can get into the US market. What you have to do is you have to sell yourself in the right to the right opportunity. You know what I mean? So بحال غنمشيو للريال ستيت، نمشيو لهذا واحد عنده غير 25 مليون راه غيمشي يشري ابارتمان ديال 25 مليون، واحد عنده 300 مليون راه غيمشي يشري فيلا ديال 300 مليون، واحد عنده مليار غيمشي يشري الفيلا ديال المليار. انت خاصك تقلب، واش ها انت قلب على جاب بلاتفورمز اللي كاينين في الميريكان، مانستر، كارير بيلدر، دايس. راه الخدمه ما غاديش يدق عليك في الدار، راه خصك تخرج، ودابا الحمد لله ما كتخرجوش، كتبقى غير في الانترنت دك 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 دك، راه تلقى الملايين ديال الخدامين، ولكن you have to know how to look. اوكي، ملي كتلقى الخدمه وكتلقى المسائل راه، ولكن غير باش نقول لكم واحد الحاجه، راك الا ابلايتي غير على خدمه راه ما غايجيبش الله التيسير، غير باش نكونوا واضحين. راه خاصك تابلاي على واحد، وهذه باي اكسبيرينس، خذوها مني. I'm an expert when it comes to this. خاصك تابلاي على 30 خدمه في الليله، في النهار، 30 يوميا، باقزه طلاق باقزه طلاق باقزه طلاق، 30 لمده شهر، والله تيجيب الله التيسير. I guarantee you. نتخاطروا عليها كاع. 30 خدمه في النهار. راه they say in America you have to quit your job to find a job because it is a job to find a job. راه خدمه، باش تلقى الخدمه راه خدمه.
معلوم. احتمال من بعد غادي ناخذوا كيستيون اخرى ونشوفوا فيها سيلفا انترفيني قبل ما نديروا كونكلوزيون. خدنا تقريبا مجنا تقريبا شي 7 دقائق نحلوا القناه هذا السوجي الجاي. وباقي ناخذوا 2 كيستيون، وحده من عندي بارتيسيبون وحده من عندي يحيى اللي عنده شي حاجه يبغي بارطاجي، ونعطيو الكلمه الاخيره للجو قبل ما نساليو هذا الاتelier.
First of all, thank you, Mustafa, for the invitation. I didn't expect to be a panelist. I was really curious to know more about the far government business and Mr. Joseph Mandour. It's hard, really hard to say something after Mr. Joseph's speech. A lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of words of wisdom. And I came across one citation from the Google CEO yesterday about the successful life and how to be successful in life. And he made it very simple. You know, in America, they like simple things. And he said there is 2 steps for successful life. 1, find the passion. And 2, pursue your passion, you know, till the end with an open mind. And this is exactly, I think, what Mr. Joseph is saying. Yeah. First thing first, find your passion and do it with a lot of energy, do it with all the effort you need, and it will give you something one day, if it's not now, later. I would like to just to add one thing with regards to the French versus the American way of doing things. I've been living in France. I've been traveling around extensively there as well. I had this chance to move to certain steps from Morocco to France to a global citizen. And you have to consolidate as job seeker to the context, okay? French, they have their own way of doing things. America, they do have their own way in things. If you go to Japan, it's a different culture, different way of doing things. And it's most importantly to adapt to the context, very importantly, because in the other side, you have either HR, you know, actor or an intermediate who will view your profile. And this is my message to all job seekers. Seek for the global picture. And for me, the global picture, every HR practitioner sees things from 2 things, competencies and skills. core competencies, okay, which is related to the job. If you're in civil work, if you're in medical, if you're in IT, you need some core skills, competencies, and then you have skills which are basically the soft skills and what human, competencies and skills are needed for the role. So these two things are common wherever you are and whoever you're meeting. And that's my two small words, Mr. Mustafa. So all the best for all the job seekers, and thank you for the invitation, Mr. Mustafa.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, next question. Thank you, Yahya. It's you're right on the dot, my friend. I'm very. I think we're connected on LinkedIn. Let's stay in touch and let's talk maybe this week or next week.
Or dinner with Mr. Mutut next time in Tangier, not Casablanca.
I get scared every time I have dinner with Mustafa, because when we have dinner, it's usually at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's when we finish. All right. Next question.
Next question. What is the best option to choose? I mean, they need to choose a permanent contract or work as a freelancer or in a consultancy agency.
Very good. Let me tell you this. It is my model in business, in life. Put your foot in the door. دخل الرجل الأولى. دير شي حاجة. Put your foot in the door. ومن بعد من تدخل وتجلس فوق الفوتوي بدأ تشرط. لا بغيت أتين السوس، بغيت الكعبة تكون على اليمين حتى تدخل، ما تبداش تشرط من برا. That's my advice. Put your foot in the door and then get yourself inside, learn, put your best forward, and then after that the whole world is yours.
On vous entend pas, Monsieur Moutout.
All right. So, je pense وصلنا للفن ديال الاتelier هذا.
Can we go back? Can Maria? Can you share because I want to share with everybody. Listen, we have an office in Tangier. Okay.
Okay.
The office.
They've been asking about your address.
Okay. It is. Please don't show up to the office because that's not how things gets done. I put the email of my recruiter here. Okay, emiliahope@fargov.com. Okay. Please send her an email with your resume. We will love to have you part of our family. I must say this, okay? It's news. I have my full team in Morocco is listening to this. We about to get bombarded. We about to go literally triple. We need a lot of people. We have 20. I'm thinking by the end of the year, we're going to go to about 80 people in Morocco, in Tangier, okay? It's your time, it's your chance. If you want to come in and join us, but here is the deal. What we do, it has nothing to do with the education in the system of Morocco. If you're willing to come in and learn and give yourself a chance, مرحبا بك. And we will treat you with respect. كان احنا راه شويه ولينا بحال نوفانسي 1 كنجيبو حتى حنا اللانش. I'm thinking about putting Golvazir, BR, all that cool stuff, because every time my guy says, oh, Novancy 1, they cool, they have all the cool stuff, But I'm gonna tell you this. Oh, that's beautiful. So we'll come and I'll play golf with you guys. But I'm gonna tell you guys this, for all job seekers. I have a family. That's my second family in Tanja. I look after them like they're my family. I know what everyone, where he's from, his family, his parents. That's my job. My job is to know my people, because my people do great work for me and for this company. So as a conclusion, again, الميري كان مديالته واحد. الميري كان ديال كل شيء. Everyone here in the US is an immigrant. Trump himself, his grandfather immigrated to the United States from Ireland. So it's your chance. Try everywhere. But if you try with one company and you sit in your word, it's not going to happen. Try with every company you can, okay? And I wish you the best. And listen, the best way to do this is if you want to connect with me through LinkedIn, okay? And I apologize if I didn't put my email. It's because I receive a ton of emails every day and I can't keep up, okay? So LinkedIn is the best way to connect with me and mingle with me. You know what I mean? Because I manage that myself, okay? Mr. Mustafa, it is a pleasure to be here. And again, if you need me again, I'm here. You know, it's the way for me to give back to my Moroccan community. You know, it's to give a little bit of advice to this youth. And I'm gonna tell you guys this, especially the young generation in Morocco. I'm jealous. You guys are better than us. You guys are better than my generation. I'm 39. Okay, it's not that. You know, you guys have so much. Take advantage of it. Don't let other things bring you down. You have a beautiful country. You have a beautiful that place. Just for some reason, we're just a machine for smart people. We're just a machine for smart people. Take advantage of that. And I wish you the best luck in your career. And whatever I can do for you, reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want to ask a question. If you want to have a call, I'm willing to do that. Anything for the youth. Okay. Thank you, Mustafa. Listen, this is I think news to everybody. I'm thinking about running for elections for the Senate here in the U.S. in about 4 to 6 years. So maybe you'll see me in about 4 or 6 years. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Again, yeah. Let's stay in touch, my friend.
Yeah.
Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Alors,
thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
Merci. Alors, pour les autres participants, effectivement, merci de votre patience. Je pense que c'était un sujet intéressant. On a eu effectivement pas mal de questions dans le passé pour savoir sur le marché américain pour les profils tech qui souhaiteraient travailler sur des projets, que ce soit en présentiel aux États-Unis ou à distance depuis le Maroc. Donc, اليوم جو عطى على الاقل بعض ديال شي طرق ولا شي اجابات الاسئله ديالكم، ولكن نقدروا من بعد نعاودوا نديروا اتولي اخر سبيسيفيك ان شاء الله السيمانات الجايه ان شاء الله نديروا حاجه تكون مده ديال ساعتين سبيسيال لهذا الموضوع هذا. ياك مريم؟
Comment?
نديروا شي بروغرام بحال هكا دون 2 سيمين ولا 3 سيمين يكون سبيسيال ولا
Avec
اورينتي
plaisir.
ان شاء
Avec
الله
plaisir.
مع الجو مره اخرى.
Bien sûr.
اوكي très bien.
Je vous remercie tous et bonne continuation.
Merci. Merci Mariam.
L'événement.
Merci beaucoup. Alors, on reste en contact pour la suite. Donc, pour les participants, on a un autre atelier normalement qui démarre maintenant juste la date de دقائق avec Mohamed Achour, Badruddin Khaddari, aussi Jalal, Mjadli. Donc, le sujet concerne le sujet du freelance, c'est un sujet qui est beaucoup plus